like to welcome everyone to the conversation where we talk about everything Cowboy.
Man, damn the intro, man. I was going to do an intro, man. You know, y'all know my intro that comes on about my favorite team, your favorite team, all the stuff we talk about. And that intro might make me be on here longer than where I really want to be. I got a message, man. I want to say what's on my heart. I don't care if it gets I don't care if I get anybody to like it. I don't care if I get anybody to agree with it. I don't care if I get anybody else to go along with it. But I'm a football guy, man. I love watching football. And I learn by other teams, other teams, other games. I learn by watching the temperament and the tempo and how other teams play. And the enthusiasm they play with and the way they handle adversity and how they play hard. Then I go back and watch a all 22 of our game, and I watch people. We want to talk about scheme. We can talk about scheme. But I'm watching guys, nobody putting pads on people. Every tackle is a tackle that they're grabbing guys, or the guys is attacking them. I'm watching defensive linemen jump around blocks. I'm watching defensive linemen just give up on a double team and just get washed. I'm watching defensive linemen, defensive end getting blocked 4 or 5 yards away from the ball by tight ends. I'm watching guys not attacking the football when we can stop a play for 5 yards and just jumping to the side of guys and just trying to grab. And then I'm hearing excuses. You know, the most pathetic thing I've heard is when a player on defense says the defense ain't got no identity. And when I go to I look at the news article and I see a news article that's on thing, and I wasn't gonna come on today. But when I see a news article, after I watch this stuff on all 22, then I watch a news article to come out there that says a player on this team says the defense don't have no identity. Defense, no identity. If you don't even know football, I hope my mic is working. If you don't even know football, if you somebody that never heard about football, and you play defense, no coach got to tell you as a defender that one of your identities must be punishing people with the ball, attacking. Not man to man, but attacking the football, putting pain. If I can't tell you that none of these guys that have played, that's playing on this team, that's defender, that has not come through any part of football and being physical and playing fast has not been has not been told or has been their own identity as a defender. So when you say we ain't got no identity, what you talking about? I could understand offense say they ain't got no identity because offense can get finesse, they can pass the ball, they can, they don't may not run the ball. But defense, there is number one identity. They ain't number one. And if the identity is physical, punishing, and you're not that, what identity you talking about we need? Is it finesse? Some people say, well, being man to man, covering and stopping people, getting people on the ground. Listen, football has been built off blocking and tackling. It ain't been built off covering and running patterns. How about start out with the first identity of being physical? How about the men on this team go back to what they know before somebody have to tell them? Or what they know about defense from the time they play football. And listen, when somebody says that they came from Alabama, the team I like, that's the first point that really, really made me sick to my stomach. Second point, the arrogance of our fan base and the thirstiness of our fan base. Now people say, well, coach, we got to be thirsty. It's been 30 years. But thirsty makes you get, man, what the chicks say when the guy's too thirsty? It makes you lose the chick. And I want to say what I'm saying about the thirstiness of this arrogance is. Did anybody check and say maybe Carolina was a good football team? No, he said, what you mean by that, coach? Carolina, they ain't a good. But then Carolina, I got two folds to talk about that just tells me that we as a fan base is so far off, and we got some what we call moles that's in the inside media room that start narratives that shouldn't be started just to get clicks. And I'm gonna get to those people too. And that might ruin me because I'm gonna get on their case. let's talk about the Panthers. The Panthers are 3-3 now. They're going to run the football on everybody. Because if you watch the film, they know how to run the football. The Panthers 3 weeks ago, shut out the Atlanta Falcons at home. 30-0. 30. The Atlanta Falcons now are 3-2. Because the Atlanta Falcons came back and Molly Washington, a very good team, and just the night out physical Buffalo, a people called Super Bowl contender, and beat them at home. So the Panthers might be a little bit better than what we were talking about. And if we came with a little bit more effort, listen, you know what's so disturbing about all 22 that I watched? You know what disturbing about it is? If you take that one and go right to the Jets game, and you go to the Philadelphia game, you see two totally different football teams. You see guys not losing blocks to tight ends. You see guys getting off blocks in the second half of Philadelphia, getting off blocks. You see guys attacking the ball. You see running backs going backwards when we make tackles. You don't see nobody. You see people putting pads on people. You see guys taking on double teams and being square. It seemed like when we got to this game, everybody just went, we're going to do our own motherfucking thing. Excuse me, and I hope that don't mess me up. Where's the truth? And they did it in a passive manner. Carolina shut them out 30-0. That's the first side, what I'm trying to explain, that maybe Carolina is a better, and I think Carolina might make the playoffs. They might be a better football team than what we think they are. The second part of that is the Atlanta Falcons got a first-year head coach. Or maybe his second year. He got mollywopped by 30 points to nothing against Atlanta. Did their team just turn up and start ripping everybody, start going their own directions, start talking about everybody, start worried about what they could do, talking about throwing in the windows out about this coach and that coach? Did everybody talk about we have to go to the draft? We need to trade everybody. We need to go run and get somebody else. See, this is our fucking fans. Thinking we can buy somebody. We can go get somebody. That's going to make it better. And if you played football before, if any of y'all played football before, you know that going and getting somebody, going and get that is still going to come down to your ass got to line up and play better. This game ain't never been made off names. This game has made names. But names ain't made the game. And I speak of Atlanta because they pulled up their bootstraps. And he said, the way we're going to get back from being embarrassed from 30-0 is the next 3-4 weeks we got to get physical. And I watched a physical defense today. I watched a physical offense today. I watched them again against Washington, which is a physical football team. And I watched them out physical a team today to get back to 3-2 with 2 great victories. Then I watched the game last night against the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions, where the Kansas City Chiefs was on the ropes of being, 2-4? And you know how they got back in to beat Detroit? They played dog. It was about they went and was the most physically brutal team last night. They didn't do it by finesse. They didn't do it by crying about we need to do this, do that. They got physical all across the board. And if you're going to talk about we're going to try to be a championship football team, and we're going to go out there and I watch on all 22 guys reaching and grabbing, or guys talk about, well, you ain't playing good because the coach ain't, he's not playing me the right way, so I ain't going to be physical. I ain't. Losers make excuses and cry. And I'm going to say something else. If you in your heart thought we supposed to blow Carolina out, there was a lot of us that thought that. If you in your heart thought we supposed to win that by 10 points or more, how will we lose by 3 that we are garbage now and we need to get rid of everybody and we just that bad? Because the film says you're looking at 2 totally different teams from last week to this week. Even your best players look lackluster. I've been saying this, man. I've said this, and I've said this 1,000 times. You could talk about talent. You could talk about going to get this guy. You can talk about going to get that guy. You can talk about going to get this other guy. You can talk about going to get the other guy. It has always boiled down between the thing that's between the 2 ear holes on those helmets. And the culture that's been built here, not just by the Joneses, by our own fan base, is a culture of crybabies, a culture of it's somebody else to blame. It's a culture, it must be that we ain't getting it. They're not spending no money. Well, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing this. But when it comes down between the lines, I'm watching guys not fucking perform. And when you baby that type of stuff, you ruin guys. Now I'm gonna give you an analogy that a lot of y'all may say, Coach, you way off base with this analogy. This analogy is just like raising children. When you spoil them and you always giving them excuses of why they can't do something, or is it always somebody else, or it's always a change to somebody else, or they ain't getting there, where the teacher ain't doing this, where the coach ain't doing this, where this. You're building a unaccountable atmosphere. And if you let that go along too far, they're going to be ruined. because that's the only way that they feel that they can get out of something or change something if they change this or change that or they go get some more. But I'm watching Atlanta pick up their own bootstraps. Did they go out and get no damn body? They believe in the guys that they had, and they said we got to play goddamn it better. And we got to go back to a physical nature to get back into what we do. I'm watching Kansas City. Watch what they do in the next couple of weeks. Andy Reid says ain't no miracle drug, ain't no miracle player that's gonna come in here and change it all. And if I was coach, everybody who's making excuses about somebody else, I'll sit their ass down. I don't care if that's the best player or the worst. Because the only player on this team don't never make excuses and always hold himself accountable when he have bad games or what we consider bad games is Dak Prescott. Even when he don't supposed to get the blame, he take it. I watched this team throw Dan Quinn under the bus because they didn't go out there and put no play. They didn't play hard enough. And we blame Dan Quinn, but I'm watching. He got a team to the NFC Championship game. See, instead of blaming Dan Quinn, we should have been blaming the god doggone players. Because they didn't perform. But know what we do? But we don't have nobody. That's why we need a Belichick type coach. That's why we need a Shanahan type coach. That's why we need a guy that, and I'm not saying Schottenheimer is not a good coach. No, we need a guy that's a guy that have won ultimate championships or a guy that really don't give a lily got dog about nobody. They call a spade a spade. And don't care what nobody say about it. This organization needs tough love. This team needs tough love. And I ask you, Cowboy Nation, and I know it ain't going to work. I know it ain't going to work. But we got to stop babying these guys, man. Because they are spoiled rotten. They just think they go out and make a couple of plays, it's okay. Listen here. They're only doing stuff to try. When I see undisciplined play, when I see guys taking chances and jumping around, know what they're doing? They just trying to please the crowd. If they make a sack or make a big play, they feel the crowd will be off of them. They can make 4 or 5 messed up plays, but they don't have to make but one splash play, and that they're trying to gain the crowd. And gaining the crowd does not win football games. The crowd, listen, man, the crowd don't mean jack. It's doing the things that does things for your teammates. But we got to create a culture that get the crowd on your side and you all right. Take one play and they were, oh yeah, they do. Blue go out there right now and run 2 touchdowns, a 30-yard touchdown, another 30-yard touchdown, everybody be like, oh man, Blue, man, he all right. He'll be okay. He ain't got to do to get the crowd one play. He can miss 5-6 blocks, don't go do nothing else, but he have the crowd. I'm still watching George Pickens not block. I'm still watching George Pickens not block. But he got the crowd now. And guess what? When you allow people to half-ass on certain things, it comes back to bite you. It comes back to bite you. You got people out here making excuses about a cornerback that ain't physical. And guess what? When he go on the free agent market, guess what? The other team's that's what they're gonna pinpoint on that he don't tackle. And they're gonna either straighten that out. I'm gonna tell you what, this culture of we allow people to do whatever they want to do, it's been longer than this year. It's been longer than that. I watched a guy, what's the guy that played for the Cowboys for the longest, and he went on to Minnesota. Do y'all remember? I forgot the man's name. He went on to play cornerback in Minnesota. He was with the Cowboys. He went on to play in Minnesota for many years under Zimmer. I can't remember the game, but he wouldn't tackle nobody in Dallas. When he got with Zimmer out there and played about 7-8 more years in Minnesota, was the most physical corner you could find. Guys that know football, guys that want to play football, they go to other organizations where they hold them accountable of doing the small things, and they don't play around with it because of their names. They play better. And let me tell you something. This is not no referendum that I'm defending Matt Eberflus. But I don't see the manhood in this defense to say, I don't care what they're asking me to play. Terrence Newman. When he was at Dallas, he wouldn't tackle nobody. Got to Minnesota for 7-8 more years, was known as a physical corner. Michael Parsons, he gets someplace else. They don't allow that. They don't care about no brain. They care about playing football. And look what I'm telling you. I tell you, this culture ruins people. When you allow them to do stuff that ain't football, and you don't allow them, you don't keep putting that emphasis on them. Look at Michael Parsons now. See, you took the emphasis for him being a physical guy, being a run stopping guy. You just made him. We just made him think about only pass rushing and getting sacks, and that's all he needs to do. And now it's embedded in him. That's all he thinks. That's all he wants to play is a run. And this is a sad thing. This ain't talking bad about it, but this is the truth. This man done played 2 games. The last 2 games he done played. One out of bye week, so don't tell me about his back. In 2 games, he got 1 tackle and 3 assists and 1 sack. I guess the tackle is the sack. So let's put it like this. 1 tackle is the sack. And 3 assisted, not solos, in 2 games. Now, y'all tell me, say, oh, if we had Michael, we'd be better. He got 3 assisted tackles, 1 tackle, and 1 sack in 2 games. Know why? You know why? Because this culture here babied him and patting him and saying, oh, it ain't his fault. It's Quinn's fault. Well, he ain't doing that. Well, you know, Micah's going to do it. Yeah, you know, Quinn didn't get them boys right. They didn't play, oh, well, it's this, yeah. It's all been there. And that's not no denigrating Michael Parsons. This culture has softened Michael Parsons because he was an animal when he got here. See, listen here. I don't even think these players that's that bad. No, because you watch the Jets film and you watch a team that was flying, taking on double team blocks, doing all kind of stuff. You watch this game, they actually just balled up and guys just did what the hell they want to do. They don't get in that shit about no scheme. Scheme ain't got nothing about playing hard. You know something, man? When a guy tell you to buckle up and you don't play with him before, and you tell me you worried about a scheme because you ain't play hard, you're a punk. Because what I saw on that all 22 is this year from Clark, from the best players we got to the worst player. I'm seeing Osa. All week, all these other weeks, I'm watching Osa take on one person can't block it. I'm watching him play very well. I watched him this week. He's jumping around blocks, diving at guys. Nobody putting pads on no tackle. Everybody jumping. I see Donald Wilson, the guy running, he jumps and jump on the man back. He could put pads on the guy. If you watch this, watch it. I'm watching these other games. See, that's why I tell y'all need to start watching other football. See, y'all need to start watching football. See, our Cowboy fans are just non-existent in watching other teams. Because if you watch other games and really watch them, you will say, there's something wrong with us. We don't look like that. Damn a scheme, we just don't look like that. When adversity comes, I'm watching other teams, when teams drive down and score, I'm watching the defense come back and tighten up, get a little bit more physical. That's how you get back into it. We get less physical. We got this, we start dropping our head and running around and talk about, well, you know, guys running wide open. Well, the guy ran open one play. He got a catch. They ain't throw the ball no more. They just ran it down your throat. How you stop that? You still crying about the guy ran open? And listen, man, I'm going to say it again. Church, I'm going to tell you this, church. You just came in here. You might not heard the first part of this. I'm going to say this again. I was not going to come on today, and I'm sorry I'm getting so emotional, but I love this game. And I know this game ain't about being finesse and about names. The game makes names. The names don't make the game. Your play makes the name. The name don't make the game. When I hear a guy church come up and says, our defense ain't got no identity. As long as I've been doing football, the first identity of a defense or a defender or anybody playing defense is we gonna bust ass. I don't care nothing else about it. We gonna be physical. And when you say that, you ain't got no idea to being physical. Then I watch you on the field. You ain't being physical. You getting holding calls when you jumping routes, when you playing undisciplined, and then you have to grab the guy. And you playing man then. That's the same thing I heard, man, when it made me so sick after the Green Bay game. I keep going back to that Green Bay game because the Green Bay game is a microcosm of what our is our problem. It's a microcosm of that. I keep going back to the Green Bay game 2 years ago. Why? Because the only reason we lost that because we didn't come to play. It wasn't no damn scheme. It wasn't no linebackers being with it. If we came to play, guys were running wide open. Yeah, butt naked wide open. If we came to play, Green Bay couldn't beat us that year. We came to play, we beat Green Bay 9 out of 10 times. If we came focused. But we came in there saying, we're going to make it. We got a home game. We're going to roll over them, and we're going to make it to the we thinking about playing San Francisco for the 49ers, go on the road. Our fan base talking like that. And our coaches and our players. They got parties playing. They already got, when you have Turpin and Sam Williams already putting flyers out for the after party. I got word that during the week, they watching film of San Francisco. Boss calls me the day before and says, and I'm not lying on Boss. Boss said he went to the pep rally the day before the game. He said, man, them guys ain't ready to play no football. That wasn't nothing about no scheme, about no little linebackers. We was not mentally ready to play football. And guess what? Your coaches could have been mentally ready. But we got a soft culture because we allow that. Because we cultivate that. And then we'll build excuses for them when they're not ready. Just like the kids when they go to school and they don't do what they're supposed to do, we do the exact same thing for our kids when they go to school. We start blaming the teachers. And then they go to another school and it'll be the teacher's fault again. So how many defense coordinators you going to need here? With the same damn guys. And we getting the same damn results. And this is the crazy thing. 1 minute you see good results. The next minute you see horrible results. It goes up and down. Because we, as I said, this is week 6. This is a first-year coach. Me as a fan, I'm going to let him go through his year. And I'm going to be ripping these players. Let me explain this. Let me say this. Let me give this scenario with Nolan. Mike Nolan had one of them historical worst years as a head defense coordinator his first year here. Dan Quinn comes in. Did Dan Quinn come in here and do it? Do this because he changed his scheme with the players? Hell no. Dan cleared damn near every damn one of those guys that quit on Mike Nolan. He got their ass out of here. They had 7, 8 new starters. He went and got a whole brand new defense. Y'all act like y'all ain't see that. Because when he went and looked at film, he said, yeah, it might have been some stuff they wasn't doing right, but they weren't playing hard at all anyway. Some of this stuff is they're trying to build excuses. And if you bring another defense in here right now today, he ain't gonna take this group. He gonna clear the damn house. What's that tell you? Some of the guys y'all think, I like that guy. He gonna clear the house. And I ain't wondering, but look at the examples here. Chicago came out, they what? 2-2 now. They started out horrible, but they stayed the course. They stayed the course. They got more physical. Started running swift again. Washington team, the Atlanta Falcon team, watching these guys, watching how they started, how they be physical. Watching, look at Chicago now. They about to win a game. That's how you, listen, run the ball down when they know that you're trying to run the ball, but you get in your, listen, look at this play. They get in there and they get to the blocks. They get there. Washington tried to get there. They tried to get there, but this here, man, that's the will of a team. We ain't got no will, man. We just what Green Bay say we are. We got a bunch of front runners. And if people say I don't like Trayvon Diggs, he wouldn't play for me. No. He an excuse maker. And it's been seen. And the rest of the NFL going to tell you that. Watch what I tell you. He think the market's going to be big for him. Watch what I say. And right now he's trying to build a market for himself. He don't give a damn about the Cowboys. I'm going to get mine. Now, I don't know what y'all like, but I'm going to come out right on this. He's going to reveal himself. This season ain't over. This season ain't over. But if our Cowboys don't come up and be men and come to play every day and earn the right and stop listening to something good that they have arrived. We beat the Jets. We got to talk about, man, we finna win 6 in a row. This league is not built for, there is no big time favorite in this league. When they say any given Sunday, they mean that. These are professional football teams. There is no cupcake victories in this game. You got to come out and play. And I'm watching teams pull up themselves by the bootstraps and do it in a physical way. If we want to get back out the bootstraps, we're going to play physical. And we're going to have to be physical. Trayvon Diggs, you want to see the identity? Start out with that damn identity. Start out by being a physical team. Start out by going and getting your teammates and say, I don't care if we playing zone, soft zone, a man-to-man. When that ball is snapped, we coming to get it. Start off by doing that. And your Washington team just took an L. They 3-3. We 2-3-1. Philadelphia's 2-4-2. And y'all crying. I ain't got no problem with you talking about trading to get somebody. But it's going to take more than just trading. See, trading is going to make you feel, see, I don't want, people don't take this as a diss. And I got one last thing to say. Don't take this as a diss. Please. We want our fan base, a lot of our fan base, and I ain't saying that we ain't trying to prove our team, that they want to make a big trade so they'll have something to talk about, so they'll have a talking point with the guys as haters. And we can say, we got so-and-so. That ain't going to make us win. It's going to take the bottom of this roster to the top of this roster to win a Super Bowl. And it ain't going to come easy. It ain't going to come with no names. It ain't going to come with no crazy stuff. And I want to say, I said I'm going to say this. For somebody to put this on the offense, this is on the Cowboys that lost this game. For somebody to come out there and say, oh, we had Michael Parsons, we'll have a better defense. If Michael Parsons playing like he playing now, we ain't no better. And don't give me about this Precious. Oh, Precious. He doing Precious. One tackle and 3 assisted and 1 sack in 2 games. I just need church. Todd and church, this is what I need. I need our fan base to get on our players about playing better. Not throwing them off the boat. Making a play. I need to start yelling at the screen about, man, well, come on, man, make that block. Man, what? Why you didn't make that tackle, man? You got to get it. I need to start doing that. Because that's what fans really do. Somewhere down the line, our fans became messy and want to start conspiracy theories. And we stopped being the fan that we grew up off of, yelling at the screen at the players. This is what this team needs, tough love. Because when you watch it on film against the Jets, and then you watch this is a team that just came to that game thinking that, we got it. And they got busted in the mouth by a very good football team. And to lose by 3, probably could have been worse. As I always say, man, I thank y'all, man, so much. Church, we got to get together sometime, man, and do a show or something, man. I thank y'all so much for just giving me, James, listen here. Let me tell you something about James. I'm glad you brought that up, Church. James is a rookie, man. James is a late round draft pick. He has potential to be a good linebacker. But I said this for the longest. When everybody was killing Sandberg, I was like, Sandberg does do some good things. But we point out when and this is what makes me mad. This is where I say our soft nature as a fan base. I'm going to say this again, and I said it one time, I'm going to say it 1,000 times. Listen to me. What is the first job of a linebacker? I'm saying that for the chat. What is the first job of a linebacker? Is it pass coverage or stopping the run? Some out there agree that the first job, when they try to get this, man, he's horrible in pass coverage. If you look at linebackers, most of them getting 70 or 80% caught on them. Because most of them are playing zone. Even when you play man, the linebacker still playing zone. Their first job is to stop run. And we hope they be a very good linebacker in the pass defense. One thing Sandberg did well, straight ahead, downhill running, he was a master in that. He played that very well. He showed you that in Philadelphia. He showed you that in every game. Now, side to side, in space, drag routes, when you have the guy come by, he might not have been that great. But he was good at diagnosing runs, filling holes in the run game. Now, I ain't say he did that every play, but he was really good at that. But we got so crazy because, man, they throwing passes on him. Oh, he missed some. Then I watched people say about the tackles he missed. He was in the hole, made the running back stop his feet. He might have missed the tackle, but they corralled it. If he missed the tackle and the guy only get 1 yard because he missed the tackle, but he corralled the guy, we consider that a really bad missed tackle. If he wouldn't got there, he gave the cavalry time to run. He didn't miss a tackle down the field. Yes, in space, he was not that great, but he has a role that he could play a role. Like I said, sacrifice. You had to find the role that he could play and let him play that, and then try to hide his weaknesses with other stuff. But his effort and what he could do was valuable. Don't throw him away and say, oh, he should never play no more. See, that's that thirsty attitude we got. Your coach might have been right. James is young. It's a little bit more than he got to learn. So what he did is had a splash. And then he came back down to reality. But soon as one of our guys have a splash, remember what I just said, we're looking for a splash. As soon as a guy give us a splash, we just go crazy about him. We make him a superstar. In their eyes, crash and burn. That don't mean they bad. Then we crash and burn. We talk about Javon, the running back. Listen, it could have been Earl Campbell out there yesterday. We didn't clean up the run game. We didn't finish blocks. We stayed on blocks. We didn't finish them. I'm watching Tyler Smith not help a center, and when we didn't finish blocks, we didn't stay on blocks. And Carolina was running, but we didn't stay on blocks. It wasn't clean. It wasn't a solid effort. It was a lackluster effort across the board. It looked like a team that went in there thinking that we were going to win by 10 points. That this was Carolina. We done beat them before. That's what we went in there looking like. It looked like Buffalo last year or 2 years ago. We just went in there and then we play Miami and we play better. But we still lose. See, you can't cheat the game of football. See, when you don't come to play and you end up losing, and then when you turn around and try to come back to play the next time, and then you lose again. Because the football gods say, hey, you played around the first time. Now when you get serious, I'm going to show you who's really in charge. You got to come to play. And I think we got enough players to come to play, but it's time for us fans to call players to the board. Not throw them away, but call them to the board. It's time for us to say, man, stop all that soft crying stuff. Talk about what the coaches do. Stop all that crying about I ain't playing man to man. Stop all that crying and play. They ain't got nothing to do with you. I watched a guy, He ain't playing man-to-man. He in run support. One to film. Go watch the film. Now, ain't this one play, but you in run support. You ain't got no man. They got you in run support, number 7. You in run support. You come down. Nobody blocks you. And you dive at the guy, at Rico Dabo. He goes right by you and get a 10-yard gain. But you say we ain't got no identity. What was the identity on that play? See, that's what I don't like, man. We need to start calling. And if we do that, I think these players can respond. I think they will respond if we don't allow them to use excuses. I think they'll respond. But this season ain't over with, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. We're still one game out of first place in our division. The Giants are 2-4. The Washington Commanders are 3-3. The Philadelphia Eagles are 4-2. And we 2-3-1. The loss column is the most important column. We got 3 losses. The Eagles got 2 losses. Washington got 3 losses. And the Giants got 4 losses. And y'all crying. I'm telling you, man, if y'all get on this bandwagon and talk about Eagles who's gotta go and all this stuff, you're only gonna cause this team to say, well, we got an excuse not to play hard now. I got an excuse for not doing what I'm supposed to do. Man, it don't take, listen, and if you tell me, well, they ain't playing hard because they don't like his system. And when you got a guy like Dak Prescott playing, and you talking about, I ain't playing hard because I don't like the system. This system don't fit me. And we got opportunity to win games, and you pout. Y'all better watch yourself, fans. Y'all create monsters that y'all will never get rid of. You create monsters you'll never get rid of. And I ain't saying that Eagles Foods is perfect. But we better get on these players, man, and get them some accountability. Because playing hard ain't got a damn thing to do with scheme. You got a guy on the other side of the ball that's doing everything he can do to keep you in games and to win football games. And you see the football games in your hands. And you're pouting about, well, we was in the zone, we didn't know the zone. You've been playing zone. Some of these players act like they ain't never played no damn zone. In Alabama, they played zone. I bet you didn't cry to Alabama and tell Alabama, Nick Saban, that, hey, we should be in the zone. I bet you ain't do that. I watched some of the best defense in here and all this crazy stuff about the most of the league running 99% play man. That's a bunch of bullshit. It's similar, but I'm watching defense after defense play zone. And keep plays in front of them and make plays. Now we can say, oh, we got to play it. Listen, that doesn't mean you don't rattle to the ball and make tackles. Stop crying to play. Hey, man, like I said, man, thank y'all for letting me be able to vent, and that's what this was about, venting. Please subscribe, man. If you haven't subscribed, it's crazy. Boss Cowboy said something to me one long time ago before I became got to this thing of getting a YouTube channel. Boss said something to me, and he said, "Coach, when we lose, it's good for business." I said, "What you mean by that, boss?" He said, "Man, when we lose, our subscribers go up, our views go up, everything goes up when we lose. When we winning, we can't get nobody to join. We can't get nobody to look at our stuff. But when we lose, it's great for business." And well, he right. And I'm not saying, man, I need to try to get to 1,000 subscribers. But since we have lost, I've got about 35 subscribers in these last 2 days for loss. And I got more subscribers then than I got by far when we beat the New York Jets. It took me 3-4 days. It took me almost a week to get 15 subscribers. Everybody wants to see a train wreck. I want to see us get back to what if we think about how we got to it before, our players didn't cry. They did what the hell they were told to do in the scheme that they were told to do it in, and they played. And they was held accountable for playing hard. And I don't believe in that, and I don't usually go against my man Koye, but I don't agree in the point of he making these players worse. We are making these players worse because we giving them excuses. Because when we don't, if anything you see the one time before and it turns exactly opposite the next time, better watch when you start blaming other people and start saying you didn't come prepared yourself. And where's your IQ? We talk about how a guy was lined up. Did anybody watch Bland on that play? We say, "Oh, he was so far off the ball. What we doing?" Did anybody see the route? Now, two things, by the way, when you look at it, you really got to look at it. One, yeah, your linebacker playing footsie in the line, playing like he gonna blitz instead of being in the middle of the field, because that was what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to take the short route. And the second thing is, this guy comes off the ball automatically, 2 steps up and looking to go inside. Bland still got his feet steady. Bland never moved. He should have been breaking hard on that from the start. It shows you that there was going to be. That's what I'm saying, man. But we ready to talk about, and I guarantee you he wouldn't coach that way. I guarantee you that because I'd have been on that side. I'd have been on the sideline with people like, "Oh, what you doing?" Hell, he might have told the man, say, "Hey, man, look at this." But we are building excuses, man, for people that's not even using their own brain and being aggressive. Elam, I don't know why he's still out there. I still don't see no tackles. He ain't trying to tackle nobody. And he ain't no cover. Don't tell me about this. Well, Dion, he ain't Dion. Man. Listen, man. You're in it. And let me rephrase this, my last statement. We are in it. Yes, we are. But if we don't come with a vicious tempo of physicality across the board, and effort, it ain't coming. And you can go get 2 or 3 players. You can go get Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, a great player. He's gonna be he's a great player. He's on the Cleveland team because maybe ain't no effort there. It's dysfunction there. So Myles Garrett can't even help them get out the toilet. You think he coming here gonna help us get out the toilet? It's gonna take some. It's gonna take everybody. It's gonna take some other people to come into the board. You're over the hump means you got to be playing at a level that's closer to the top. And this up and down is not playing to a level you can't. And getting somebody is only gonna make news, but not victories. And if you fans, if that's what we're looking for is news stories, stuff that we can write about, we can make money off of. If we looking for clicks and views or bragging rights that we can talk to our friends, that other fans, we can tell them about, we got this highest paid player, we got this guy, we got stars, we got name brand guys. If we think that that's it, then we're going to still be in the same boat for another next 30 years. I'm looking for some people that make their names, like the Novaceks, like the Alvin Harpers, the Nate Newtons, like the Steph Noski, like the Mark Tuanay, like the Eric Williams, like the Tony Tolbert, like the Leon Lett. Y'all say, well, what you talking about? Those guys didn't have names. They weren't the marquee guys. They made their names. Now we talk about them, but when they came in, they had to make their names. They got it from the mud. When we gonna do that? I seen Atlanta pull themselves up by the bootstraps and get back in this race with 2 big victories. I see the Chicago Bears team after we thought that they were so bad and we lost to them. We thought we were losing to such a horrible team, but they ain't as bad as we thought they were, Willie. Carolina ain't bad as we thought they were. But we got this bougie attitude. See, we got bougie ass fans that we must be better than. We them boys. They ain't supposed to, but they ain't as bad as we thought they were with it. We might have lost some good teams because we didn't respect them. And they kicked our ass. We need to start respecting all our opponents. We almost didn't respect the Giants. And they almost kicked our ass. I'm telling you, man. It's all there for us. But we got to work. If I hear a defensive player talking he ain't got no identity, let's try being physical first. Lead the team in that identity. You want identity? You want to start identity? You concerned about we don't have there? Lead the team in a physical identity. Do that. Lead the team in an identity that we're gonna be on the same page. Lead the team and say we are not gonna blow no more coverages. Lead the team and saying if we gotta say extra film, we got to be on point. Let people beat us, but they're not gonna get nothing free. Make your identity, Mr. Diggs. If you care about winning, make that your identity in the secondary. Well, let's start off with being physical. Because every defense I know, that's been what they say they want to be as an identity. None of them ain't said that we want to be aggressive man-to-man coverage and finesse. I ain't never heard the defense say that. Like I said, man, my Cash App is there, man. Hey, man, I love y'all, man. This here, man. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Hey, I ain't posted a lot of people comments, but this comment has got to be posted. Hey, man, hey, listen. If I didn't have no identity, I would get my players to say, hey, I don't care what Eagle Flus put out here or what it is, but one thing we gonna show up and we gonna bust somebody up. We ain't gonna let a guy that come in here talking crazy to us and dive at him and dive at his legs and try to arm tackle him. We gonna if we don't do nothing else, we gonna punish Rico Dowdle. And y'all buy that. Oh, you got no idea. And y'all buy that. Like, oh yeah, well, I'm with Diggs. I'm with Diggs on that. I'm with Diggs. Okay. If you with Diggs when a guy says that, you with something. And maybe you want to say that you are. Being man to man aggressive, that don't mean hard. So, as I always say, man, thank y'all so much, man. Thank y'all for following me, man. I done got hosts. I need to try to put this, put some things together. I gotta get up early in the morning to go to work. But listen, man, I really appreciate y'all, man. Y'all give me that ability to go out and the event. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share. Please support the channel with super chats. I know I can't see the super chats. I still got to get that together because I'm on this platform. So I got a producer coming in this week, and we're gonna put some things together. I got a computer right over here in that box right there. I just got to get a couple of things I got to add to it. So we're gonna get that together and try to get that. I'm going to Coaches on the Move again. The 30th of this month, which my birthday is coming up on November 2nd. So my birthday is coming up on November 2nd, but on the 30th of this month, I will be doing the game on November I don't know, we might be on the bye week. We might be playing, but I will be doing the live stream of the game. But during that week on the 30th of October, I'm going to Philadelphia. No, I'm not going to a Philadelphia game. I'm going to be in Philadelphia, the Lincoln Financial Field, though. But I'm going to watch my college football team play Delaware State. I'm a Norfolk State grad. I played football for Norfolk State under the great coach, Hall of Fame coach, Willard Bailey, back in the late 80s, mid 80s. And I played offensive guard for Coach Bailey for 4 years, coming out of South Carolina, got a scholarship and had a chance to play with Willard Bailey at Norfolk State. And so Michael Vick is coaching my alma mater. It's been real tough. Same thing with this team. They only won one game. They've been losing games. A lot of people want to jump off the boat. We got a lot of guys that ain't never had a coach before, never had a head coaching job before, never had a real coaching job before. He's got to get his feet, and we got to allow him to build a culture. Instead of quitting on him, we need to give this thing some time to be able to see if it's going to the seeds are going to be set. But he's playing Deshaun Jackson in Delaware State. They moved the game to a Thursday night game. It's Delaware State homecoming, but they moved the game to a Thursday night game. So it's going to be on ESPN. I'm supposed to be in the house. Me and my frat brothers, we getting together, Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. A lot of my brothers that I went to with Norfolk State with, we all together once a year. So it's about 14 or 15 of us that usually get together one time a year. And we decided not to go to homecoming, which homecoming is the week before. We decided to go to Philadelphia for this game. So I'll be there. I'll be back before November the 1st. So I'll be there ready for the game on November the 2nd on my birthday. I will be with y'all on the live screen of the Boss Cowboy Sports on my birthday because hey, I'm celebrating the Cowboys and we're gonna be back on track. I'm not giving up on this team, but I just know this team needs tough love. I'm not giving up on this team, but I think we need to stop talking about coaches. And I think we need to start telling these players, hey man, we're in a position that you don't usually get. You got a chance, and if there's more talent on this team than other teams. Now, do this talent have heart? We're going to find out. But we're in a position, people, that there is no clear-cut dominant team right here. And we are 7 games in. 6 games in. This is number 7. This team needs to buckle up, like Rico Dabo said, and stop crying and play some football. Yes, if they're going to add something with a trade, that's fine. But it's still going to be the same thing. They got to buckle up, stop crying, and get the job done. Until next time, people, I love you, man. Peace.